So we lost our son on July 10th in 2018, and he was 32 years old and just a caring, compassionate person. We decided that we just couldn't let the legacy he was starting to create dissipate, so we wanted to do something to honor his memory for years and years to come. Joshua was an accomplished musician that had a heart for children that just couldn't afford to go further. Well, he didn't get any of his music talent from my wife and I. I can barely tune a radio, and 4 or 5 years old, he showed a talent for piano. His first time with kids and music was at this club, and he volunteered to help. Josh came over here and started, helping out, but then Gareth said to him, "Why don't you do a music program here?" As a matter of fact, that piano right there is Joshua's piano. And he was playing the piano, and he messed it up a couple of times, and he would laugh and the kids would laugh. And then Gareth said to him after the fact, he goes, "Josh, I've heard you play that 100 times. You've never messed it up." Josh says, "I know, but if these kids think it's perfect, they'll never want to play. But if they see I can mess up and laugh about it, I'm getting them excited about learning." The Boys and Girls Club have been great partners for us, and the national movement has been very excited. They're starting to look at doing this in more and more clubs. We're on the cutting edge of what's going to happen. If I could fast forward 2 or 3 years, I would tell you that I would like to see every kid that can't afford music lessons be able to do that here. Any kid can play any instrument, own an instrument, get lessons for an instrument, not take money out of their pocket to do it. We're gonna help kids that couldn't afford to do something that they could end up loving and make a good living at. Music brings out emotions on people. And I remember Josh playing the piano, and I could walk in, listen to him playing the piano, and knew what kind of mood he was in. If we can present a place to these kids where they can take out their emotions and their aggressions and their lack of confidence or whatever it is, we've helped make the world a better place. When Josh was a little kid, I told him I found a treasure map. I made a treasure box. I buried it in the woods. I remember we dug up the treasure, and it was all exciting, and we finally found it. And I said, "Josh, is there anything you want to share with the world?" And he turned and he looked at the camera, and he said, "We found the map. We found the treasure. We're rich," is what he called it. "And I love you." And I think that if he saw it right now, saw what we're doing here, he would say, "We're rich." Not in money, but in what we're doing to help the community. And I think that he would be extremely pleased in what we're doing in his name.